King crab fishing is a difficult and challenging process, often carried out in cold and harsh waters such as the Bering Sea. Located between Russia and Alaska, the king crab fishing season usually takes place in the winter, when temperatures can drop very low and the sea surface is covered with ice. Fishermen use large ships equipped with modern equipment to go out to sea, carrying hundreds of specialized iron cages called pots, each weighing hundreds of kilograms. These cages are baited with herring or cod, the favorite food of king crabs, and then lowered to the seafloor at a depth of hundreds of meters. After about 24 to 48 hours, the cages are pulled up using a hydraulic winch system. If you are lucky, the cages will be filled with large crabs, which can weigh more than 10 kilograms each. However, not all crabs are kept. Only males that reach a minimum size are allowed to be harvested, to ensure the regeneration and sustainability of crab resources. The fishing process not only requires strength and experience but also has many potential dangers such as bad weather. Big waves, ice and snow, and occupational accidents. However, the high economic value of king crabs makes many fishermen persist in staying at sea, despite all dangers, to bring back quality crab batches to serve the domestic and international markets. After the qualified king crabs are selected from the iron cages, they are transferred to cold water tanks on the ship to keep them alive until they reach the port. During the return journey, fishermen must constantly check the water temperature, oxygen level and crab density in the tank to ensure that the quality of the product is not affected. When the ship enters port, the crabs will be immediately transferred to sorting and processing facilities. A portion of the crabs are exported as live or whole frozen crabs. The rest are separated from the meat, packaged as crab legs or processed into convenient dishes. King crab is a high-class seafood, known for its sweet, firm white meat, rich in protein and minerals, so it is popular all over the world. The economic value that king crab brings not only helps fishermen have a stable income but also contributes to the development of the fisheries industry and promotes international trade. However, due to increasing consumption demand, overfishing threatens the source of king crab in the wild. Therefore, many countries have issued strict management policies, limiting the catch, fishing time and licensing requirements, to protect the marine ecosystem and ensure the sustainable development of the exploitation of this valuable seafood. In addition, to improve efficiency and minimize risks in the process of catching king crabs, many fishing vessels now apply GPS positioning technology and modern sonar systems to detect the movement of crabs on the seabed. This helps save time, effort and reduce the number of empty cages. In addition, close coordination between fishermen and oceanographic research agencies also plays an important role in predicting the crab migration and spawning season. Thereby choosing a more reasonable time and location for fishing. Some fishing vessels also integrate an automatic crab sorting system as soon as they are pulled onto the deck, helping to increase work speed and reduce the load on crew members in harsh weather conditions. However, king crab fishing is still considered one of the most dangerous occupations in the world. Every year, there are many accidents due to big waves, strong winds, icebergs hitting the hull or crew members slipping while working on slippery decks. Therefore, compliance with safety principles, use of standard labor protection equipment and regular rescue drills are mandatory for all sailors on board. In addition, many marine conservation organizations are also coordinating with fishing communities to implement sustainable fishing models. such as releasing female and small crabs back into the sea, or zoning off natural habitats to create conditions for crabs to grow and recover their numbers. The entire chain of activities from catching, preserving to distributing king crabs requires meticulous investment. Care and love of the profession of sea workers. Thanks to these efforts, consumers around the world have the opportunity to enjoy this precious seafood with the highest quality. At the same time, responsible and scientific exploitation also helps preserve valuable aquatic resources for future generations. Not stopping at natural exploitation. In recent years, scientists and seafood businesses in some countries such as Japan, Korea and Russia have also begun to research and test the model of raising king crabs in a controlled environment. However, due to the complex biological characteristics and living habits in deep sea and cold water, artificially raising king crabs faces many difficulties. From hatching larvae, controlling temperature, salinity, to providing suitable food sources. However, this is still considered a potential direction in the future to reduce pressure on natural king crab populations and meet the growing demand of the global market. In addition to economic value, king crabs also have important cultural and culinary significance in many countries. In high-end restaurants, steamed king crab, grilled with garlic butter or crab hot pot are often served as luxury specialties, showing prosperity and class. In Alaska, famous for its crab fishing industry, local people also organize crab festivals during the fishing season to honor the work of fishermen and promote marine tourism. These activities not only contribute to preserving the unique culture but also help raise public awareness of the importance of protecting marine resources. In short, king crab fishing is a complex series of activities, combining traditional experience and modern technology, manual labor and scientific knowledge. Despite the potential dangers and challenges, this profession is still persistently pursued by thousands of fishermen because of their belief in the value of the ocean and the life from the ocean. Maintaining the king crab resource in the wild is not only the responsibility of the fishermen but also requires the cooperation of the whole community. From the state, businesses to consumers, to work together towards a sustainable, potential and environmentally friendly seafood industry in the future, with the strong development of science and technology and global awareness of environmental protection. The king crab fishing industry promises to have many positive innovations. Voyage monitoring devices, marine environmental sensors and digital data collection systems are gradually being integrated into fishing vessels to optimize fishing activities while minimizing the impact on the seabed ecosystem. Some initiatives such as attaching positioning devices to crabs released back to the sea to monitor their growth journey, or building an ecological fisherman model, both exploiting and monitoring and protecting resources, have been effectively implemented in many places. On the other hand, international fisheries agreements also play an important role in managing king crab fishing activities. Cross-border cooperation between countries with shared seas, such as the United States and Russia, and international organizations such as the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, are promoting data sharing, monitoring production, and establishing temporary no-take zones to protect the crab's breeding season. These policies not only help ensure fair fishing practices, but also help slow the decline of wild king crab populations. The sustainability of this industry also depends heavily on consumer awareness. Choosing king crab products with clear origins and certified sustainable fishing such as MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, will help encourage businesses and fishermen to maintain responsible fishing methods. Through this, consumers not only enjoy precious delicacies from the sea but also indirectly participate in global efforts to protect the blue ocean. Finally, it can be said that king crab is not only a luxury dish but also a symbol of the deep relationship between humans and nature. The journey to the open sea, facing storms to bring back rare crabs, is a testament to the courage, intelligence and perseverance of sea workers. If properly managed, developed sustainably and respecting ecological values, king crab fishing will continue to be the pride of many generations of fishermen and a source of inspiration for stories about the harmony between humans and the ocean. Not only stopping at the economic aspect, king crab fishing also contributes to the formation of a unique marine culture, where traditional values, solidarity and the will to overcome difficulties of fishermen in the far north converge. On ships drifting in the cold ocean, people not only fight against harsh nature but also learn to live in harmony, support each other and pass on valuable experiences to the next generation. Many fishing families have been attached to the profession for many generations. From fathers to children, as a strong bond between people and the ocean, real-life stories of courage, sacrifice and belief in a better tomorrow are always present in every trip, becoming an indispensable part of the maritime cultural identity of communities near fishing areas. Today, thanks to the media and social networking platforms, the image of king crab fishing has become closer to the public around the world. Documentaries and reality TV shows like Deadliest Catch not only realistically portray the hard but inspiring lives of fishermen but also contribute to raising global awareness of sustainable fishing and ocean protection. It is the connection between media, science and the community that has created a wave of widespread support, encouraging the preservation of traditional occupations while still integrating with the new era. In the context of rapid climate change, affecting sea temperature, ocean currents and the living environment of king crabs, adaptation and change in fishing methods are inevitable. Solutions such as shifting fishing areas to follow the new migration cycle of crabs, applying selective techniques that do not harm non-target organisms, or investing in crab population recovery programs will be the key to maintaining the survival of this industry. Only when people truly see the ocean as a companion, know how to appreciate and exploit reasonably what nature has given, can we hope for a future where king crabs still thrive in the cold sea and fishing boats continue to set sail with hope and pride from a simple exploitation activity to serve the needs of survival. King crab fishing has now become a global industry, having a great impact on the economy, culture and even the strategy of sustainable marine development. This change requires a new mindset, in which people are not only harvesters but also protectors and creators of the future of marine ecosystems. Lessons from the past about the decline of seafood species due to overexploitation are still there, reminding us that, without a balance between development and conservation, even seemingly endless resources like king crab can be exhausted. Therefore, community education policies on marine protection and sustainable fisheries are gradually being widely implemented in coastal areas. Children in fishing communities are taught from an early age about the importance of the ocean. how to classify crabs to protect immature individuals, as well as knowledge about the season and appropriate time to fish. Young generations raised in this environment not only continue the profession of their ancestors but also become the main force in modernizing the fishing industry and spreading the sense of responsibility for the marine environment throughout society. At the same time, cooperation between sectors, from marine science, technology, education to tourism and trade, is opening up new directions for the king crab industry. Many coastal localities have combined traditional fishing with experiential tourism, allowing visitors to follow fishermen out to sea, learn about the fishing process and enjoy fresh crab dishes right on the boat. These models not only help increase the value of products but also create additional income for fishermen, while raising awareness in the international community about the importance of protecting the sea. All of the above factors show that king crab fishing is not just a simple labor job but a living symbol of the connection between people and the ocean, where there are not only difficult challenges but also hopes. Aspirations and opportunities for development. If we know how to develop in the right direction, maintain a sense of responsibility and continue to innovate in harmony with nature, the king crab fishing industry will continue to shine, not only as a unique marine economic sector, but also as a testament to the intelligence, bravery and compassion of humans towards the vast nature. Looking at it comprehensively, the king crab fishing industry not only reflects the ingenuity and courage of humans in conquering the ocean, but also raises a big question about our responsibility towards natural resources. Can we both exploit effectively and maintain ecological balance for future generations? The answer lies in the way people behave today, if we know when to stop. Use technology wisely, respect the laws of nature and commit to long-term sustainability. Not only will the king crab resource be maintained, but the ocean will continue to bring countless great values. Both material and spiritual. In remote sea areas where the waves roar, each ship returning with a full hold of king crab is not simply the result of labor, but also a symbol of a journey overcoming challenges, a testament to the resilience and faith in the future of the children of the sea. They constantly renew themselves, adapt to climate change, apply science and technology, while still preserving traditional values, professional ethics and a deep love for the ocean. That has created a solid foundation for the king crab fishing industry to develop in the long term. Stay close to the community and make a positive contribution to the marine economy in general. Moreover, the journey of catching king crabs is also a symbol of global connection. From the icy waters of Alaska to luxury restaurants in Tokyo, Seoul, New York or Hanoi, king crabs have crossed the ocean, connecting people from many different cultures with their culinary values and the humane story behind them. That shows that every natural creature has a great meaning, and when exploited with gratitude and respect, they will not only be a precious dish but also a bridge between people and nature and each other. And then, in the midst of the constant movements of the world, while many old professions are gradually replaced by machines and automation, the king crab fishing profession, with its harshness, emotions and strong humanity, still holds a special place in the heart of society. Because it is the profession of people who dare to live true to the sea, dare to face danger in exchange for life, and dare to believe that in the cold ocean there always exists a warm heart, the heart of dedicated fishermen, full of love for the profession and the sea like flesh and blood from that resilient heart. The king crab fishing industry has become a living testament to the relationship between humans and nature, a relationship that is not only based on exploitation but also on sharing, preservation and respect. Each crab brought from the sea to the mainland is the result of a series of journeys that require effort. Knowledge, patience and courage. And in each iron cage lowered into the ocean, there is not only bait but also hope for a bountiful fishing season, for safety on each trip, and for a future where the marine industry continues to live as strongly as the waves that never stop beating. From a deeper perspective, the king crab fishing industry also reflects the human journey to find harmony with nature. If in the past, the main goal was to maximize profits, today, the world has begun to shift towards sustainable development, balancing exploitation and conservation. Many training programs, research institutes, and international conservation organizations have collaborated with fishermen to find possible solutions, such as designing cages that can sort crabs by size early, or developing digital maps that predict spawning areas, helping to reduce bycatch during the recovery period. With the current growth momentum, the king crab fishery will not stop at providing high-end food to the market. But will also expand its role to other areas such as education, ecotourism, marine conservation, and scientific research. The ships will not only bring back seafood, but also knowledge, data, and experiences, things that the modern world increasingly values. A sea trip can become a journey of studying the geology of the seabed, a practical lesson in ecology, or even inspiration to write touching humane stories. Finally, when looking back at the entire journey of king crab fishing, from the cold seas to the luxurious dining table, and even to international forums on sustainable development, we can affirm that this is not just a profession, but an important part in the story of human survival, development and evolution. It is where the spirit of work, the will to overcome difficulties, creativity and environmental responsibility meet, creating a vivid and inspiring picture of how humans can survive and prosper in the vast